What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Bros and Cons. It is the show where opinion is law.
But only because we say so.
I am Iron from 11 Days. This is
LYRICIST.
And we're going to get into the show. So, today's episode is Top 5 Christian Hip-Hop Lyricists. Spoiler alert, Lecrae is not on my list.
Or mine.
Or his. So,
but he's great.
He's a great artist. No shot, no shade. We good. But this is about lyricist. And I had a couple of different qualifications for my list to stop myself from putting myself on the list. So, one of the things were notoriety. I want to make sure that these people are somewhat known in the Christian hip-hop community.
Yeah.
Even though I have a lot of people that deserve to be on this list, but people just don't know who they are. With that, we're going to get into number 5. What's your 5th one?
Okay, because I never remember what I write down. I write it down, I look at my list. But number 5 for me has to be Braille. Braille is like one of them like dope lyricists, like entendres on entendres, and then like the stuff that he writes for Beautiful Eulogy. I'm all like, what did you go through to like have God write that through you? You know what I'm saying?
Braille is super duper dope, super talented lyricist. Always gets me through a season. So definitely gotta say that. 5 on my list, and this one hurts because I have to reevaluate. Is Belief. Belief is 5.
I mean, he's at least in top 5. It don't matter if he's
so
as long as he's in there.
I was listening. My wife would tell you I was listening to a song by him earlier today, trying to get a lyric from him that was like notable, and I had to go back to the song "Depressed." Man, that second verse said, "The internet girls have me in a net. The wide world is a web spun to capture us in sex. I know I'm bugging out with the intellect." I was like, this dude.
I forgot how.
This dude was barred up.
Yeah.
For no reason, and it's super dope. But that's 5. What you got for 4, bro?
I have to say my number 4 would be, I know you're gonna be surprised, but Andy Minio, like.
Ooh, 4.
I know, it's just Andy is just so like dope. I mean, like, I know he's somewhere on your list. I'm not good at memorizing people's lyrics. I'm gonna let him drop the lyric for you. But like Andy Minio has literally been supplying my Christian summer vibes and depressed vibes since I started to walk in 2010. Like Andy has always been a person that's put quality music. He has like such a melodic side and like battle rapper side and just really artsy. It's like definitely inspired me to step up not only my lyricism but like just my artistry together. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer too.
Yes, he is. He's like super duper dope. He's higher on my list. So 4 was kind of a stab. But it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. For me, number 4 be Swoop.
Swoop is underrated.
Swoop is super underrated.
I think people kind of recognize what's up with him when he dropped that last album, 24.
Yeah.
He's a even super.
Sunshine was dope in 2018 too.
Yeah.
But he's been around forever. It's just because he's mostly been a producer.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's known for his production.
Everybody underrates him. Like people don't know, most of Lecrae's album Gravity was produced by Swoop. And it's like,
I didn't know.
Exactly. So, because there wasn't a lot of producers back then, but Swoop just took over for that production, and that's one of the reasons he won a Grammy. But the line that stands out the most to Swoop was in the song Mind Games when he was featured by Kristen Gray and Taylor Gray. As he said, "Be thankful if you got friends, because everybody's not one. Opinions are like black friends. Everybody's got one." And I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't even want to rap anymore. So, alright, number 3, bro, what you got?
Number 3 for me, so this one is a super underground artist, and I know he's not like super known, you may not have heard of him, but his name is Just Thoughts. I had to put him on my list. I know he doesn't have the biggest notoriety, but like he has completely influenced my writing since. It's like
specific notoriety is why he didn't make my list.
Right.
But he is super dope.
He's influenced both of our writings since
for real.
Like 2012. Him and another artist that's on my list that'll be later on. But yeah, Just Thoughts. I mean, he's always put out quality lyrics that like you can tell just come out of his head. Like it's just what I'm feeling, and then the way he's able to convey that in such an artistic form is just like, man, real East Coast vibe. If you like East Coast artists,
and one of the ignore the noise in the background. We gonna keep going.
Those are just bars I have laying around.
That was my brain racking trying to find a lyrics from Just Thoughts. So I did actually, believe it or not, And the one that he said in grand scheme of things is he said, and it kind of stopped my whole train of thought. I had to listen to it again. He said, I only know he saves because I've been contemplating suicide. I was like, that was a real line.
Yeah.
You know, like, dang. He really just went there. And I love how he goes there in a lot of different songs. Pretty much all of the songs.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So if you haven't heard of Just Thoughts, it's literally JUST
HOUGHTZ.
Z. Right. All one word.
Yep.
Kind of inspired 11 Days Music being all one word. But it's all good. Let's see. 3 on my list. I could not pick between the two. Fortunately, they are in a group together, so I just put Beautiful Eulogy. So.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, because there's some songs where Thomas takes over, there's some songs where Braille takes over, and they're like, and there's some songs that just blend beautifully together. So,
like Entitlement.
Yes, like Entitlement.
I can't even tell.
Who's who. Like,
who starts and who begins.
Right. But you mentioned Braille earlier, so I'll give a Braille bar, and it was the size of grace when he said, "Gave his only son to purchase sons and daughters to make us one with the Son and one with the Father." Dope bar. You know, and it really just like brought it back to like, man, like these guys really aim to just be ministering through music, not to be like the cool guy rapping, you know, and that means more to me, you know?
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
My number 2 is real interchangeable between my number 1, but I have to say.
Don't be giving no down energy, bro. Keep it up.
Oh, because they both should be number 1 to me, but
okay.
You know what?
I think I know one of them at least.
You know what? My number 1 is about to be my number 2 now. I have to say Act Davis.
Ooh.
And I only say
I
only say he was number 1, but I have to say the only reason he's number 2 is because the lack of catalog he has.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Act Davis. I mean, he's a Philly rapper. If you haven't heard of him, he has a song on all streaming platforms right now called Pray. But if you want to hear more of his stuff, I recommend you going.
Spelled ACKDAVIS, all one word.
Facts. You can go on YouTube, or you can go on SoundCloud or Bandcamp to find his old stuff.
And ironically, Just Thoughts and Ack were in the same crew way back.
Yeah, that's the other guy that influenced our writing and stuff. Like, he's incredible lyricist. I wish I could. You have one of his lines in your back pocket?
Ooh, man.
Like that dun dun dun. I can't think of it.
Paper screaming at me like Ack, where the ink at? Like that whole song wasn't written down.
I know. I can't think of his like super like barred up stuff or whatever. But like I said, I recommend that you look everyone in this list up because they're worth the listen.
Super dope, all of them.
Worth the listen.
Again, notoriety is the main reason why he didn't make my list. But Ack is dope.
And like catalog, yeah.
That's it. Number 2 for me is Andy Minio. 2.
Number 2.
I love Andy's style, man. He really influenced me being able to just be more honest and more vulnerable and actually just talk about what's actually going on and not just be hype. No, I was never really a hype rapper anyway, you know? Yeah. I was always a person that just kind of have a conversation with you, but man, Andy, so many lines, you know, the one in Clarity when he said, can't tell if I lost my mind and misplaced it, lost my faith if I just changed it. He said, learn the opposite of faith ain't doubt. It's when you have it all figured out. Like, that was a bar, man. And it's like, it was the realness of where he just came with it. And it's like, dang. And even, you know, fun bars when he said, I'm gonna need y'all quit asking when me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now, we just practicing. Like that was a bar, man. Like, so, I don't know. It's just, he has songs for different seasons. And he always tries to go there with the lyrics, which I appreciate the most.
It recreates his sound, too.
Yeah.
Like I like how his albums all, even his EPs, all sound different.
Yeah, like I didn't notice it beforehand that his second album, which was Uncomfortable. Here's such fun, but Uncomfortable.
Oh, that's right.
And it's like I didn't realize that Uncomfortable had no trap influences at all until I went back and listened to it. Like, man, it's all just actual instrumentation, and it sounded so dope because of it.
Yeah.
But that's that. All right, before we get to number 1. We have to do honorable mentions.
Okay.
Who you got? I got a long list. You want to start off?
Mine's is real short, so I'll start it off.
All right, go for it.
My honorable mention is my boy here. I'm not saying that because he's my friend or whatever, but like high key, like every time he writes a verse, I'm all like, what? Like, what did you just do? Like, how did you do that? Like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And the inside, I'm all like, I gotta beat this. I gotta write something better. So he keeps my pen sharp and that competitive edge going on, which I'm happy for. If you haven't checked out any of his stuff, I recommend you look up Iron of 11 Days on, you know, any streaming platform. Most of his catalog is on Bandcamp if you want to look that up too. But 11 Days music.
Appreciate it. Well, that's the short list.
That's it.
That's it? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, honorable mention would have to be Sho Baraka.
Oh, yeah.
Sho Baraka be barred up for no reason. Aaron Cole is actually really barred up.
Facts.
John Keith is actually really barred up.
Facts.
There was somebody else I was trying to like fight for this list, but I forgot who it was. I guess I'll go honorable mention of Lecrae. He didn't make the list, but you know, everybody knows Lecrae. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. All right. So
I'm surprised you didn't choose Kayla Mitchell.
See, again, another qualification of my list is that they had to still be in CHH.
Yeah.
So that eliminated Jay Gibbons, eliminated Jay Gibbons, Kayla Mitchell, and John Gibbs.
Yeah.
And Aha Gazelle, unfortunately. So dang. But anyway, number 1, drum roll, please.
Belief.
Oh.
Belief is just like, man, that dude, like this whole style, dude, like how he raps, the beats he chooses is just so classic, East Coast, artistic. Just, I can't even describe it. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? And even him quitting rapping was dope. Like, oh man, he's so dope. He quits and then he raised some kids. And then now I want to raise kids. Like, that's crazy. Like,
believe in fatherhood, bro.
For real. Like, I need to be like a chocolate woman and have chocolate babies. Like, man, so I can quit rap and then do that.
Right, bro. Honestly.
Believe is like,
oh, why you think we here, bro?
Yo, oh, okay. Right now you just practicing?
Yeah. Woo, woo.
What's your number 1, B?
That's my wife laughing, y'all. Number 1, No Big Deal.
Nope. Okay, I see that.
No Big Deal. Spell all one word, NOBIGDYL. Yeah. No capital, all lowercase. And No Big Deal is honestly like the rapper that I pretty much like just enjoy the most. Like, his styles change up so much. His bars are just like, man, I wish I'd have thought of that. You know, like there was the song, one of my favorite songs by him called Catch Up. He was like, Any Tribe Don't Play That. Hottest crew since ASAP. I'm like Wayne meets K-Dot and you look more like K-pop. And he was like, tell them boys don't test me, my lips sweet like Nestle, I got it tonight like Wesley, I am the GOAT like Messi. Alright, bro, I don't want to play this game anymore. Like, you know, he's just dope all around. But that's our list. That's the top 5 CHH lyricists. Again, as mentioned, not everything mentioned was honorable, not everything honorable was mentioned. Let us know your top 5 in the comment section. Also, if you have any lyrics from the lyricists that we mentioned that we might have missed, throw it in the comments as well, man. I like reading comments. So let's go from there.
All right.
That's it.
Catch y'all next time.
Catch y'all next time.